Hello crafters and welcome to another Creative Expressions treasure chest. I'm James Hembrow and thank you very much for joining me as always. And you know I'm going to have a fantastic deal for you as always, and we've not let you down. We've got an amazing deal once again in today's treasure chest for you. It's nearly 70% off. It's just £19.99. Once again, an amazing bundle for less than £20. The RRP on it is over £66. It's £66.24 normally. It's an amazing collection of paper cuts, which I always love. If you've seen me use paper cuts before, I always call them like sort of one-cut wonders, because you can create some amazing things really quickly, as well as do loads of intricate things as well. But also we're going really festive for the first time, because it's getting to that time of the year, as you know, if you crafters, we've got to get prepared for Christmas. So I've put together a really nice festive paper cut bundle with some of our best and most favourite paper cuts. So let's take a look at what's inside this week's treasure chest. So here is our collection. We've got a nice range of 5 paper cuts. You can see, 4 paper cuts, plus the 5th item being a Cosmic Shimmer Airless Mister Spray, which I will show you, as always, some nice little techniques using the Cosmic Shimmer. But let me have a look at these dies with you first, because these are huge. Always popular paper cuts. This is a pop-up die. I'm going to show you some of these cards as we go through, because I think it's easier. Certainly with the pop-ups, you can see here how that pop-up there, great. I love the colour on this, the purple and the bright orange and the white. So that one die will cut that centerpiece out in one pass, and that's the clever thing with these paper cuts. It gives you the art of looking like it's been cut out by hand with a scalpel, very carefully, and a real art form is paper cutting. But it's sort of one cut through your machine, whatever your die cut machine may be, and it will cut out these amazing finishes. So again, this one here I've cut out for you just to show you how simple this is. So this is just Silent Night. I always think it's nice to see them cut out as well. And again, I just want to show you on a black piece of card how simple that is, with just patterned in black. And obviously you can go for that more sort of traditional white finish, or with the benefit of the Airless Misters, we can put a nice background on that. But we'll look at that a little bit more in a minute. I just wanted to show you the finishes of these dies. So let me just pop that to one side. We've also got our Winter Fox. I really love this. This is an edge die going down the sides. And finally, the We Three Kings. And again, I'll just show and explain to you what I mean before I show you what some of our design team members have done when I talk about these sort of one-cut wonders. What I tend to do with an awful lot of these types of paper cuts, these toppers as I call them, sort of edge dies, be it the Fox, the Three Kings, all the Silent Night. Obviously, the pop-up is slightly different, so that goes inside your card. But if you take 2 cards, and I've got 2 different colours just to help show and explain what I mean, either a 5x5 or 6x6 you can start with, just interlink them together. So I'm just sort of creating a zigzag card like that. Put those together, stick them together like that. Obviously, I'll do them in the same card normally, and then that gives you your sort of Z fold card. So that's how I tend to make mine. I just start with 2 5x5 or 6x6, whatever size card you want. A 5x5 card, because they're quite large dies, just about works, and it gives you that edge-to-edge cut. So on these We Three King dies, you'll see that you've got this point here where it cuts to there and there, and if you line those up, it virtually cuts that card. So you can get some idea of just how large these dies are, and they are like a one-cut wonder. So they will make a really nice card from. Now, by doing that zigzag and running that die through in one go, what that would actually create for you, if I actually just line that up on there and cut that out on a Z fold, what you're going to get is something that looks a little bit like that. So let me unfold this. So there's our Z fold, and you can see what I've done is literally cut that out of that one piece of card. I've just stuck my 2 cards together like I showed you, and then I've got a really nice self-standing card with the benefit of this sort of tent fold idea here. You can see what I've got. To create a really stunning background. Now that could literally be as simple as popping in a really nice piece of different coloured pearlescent foundation card, and I think it's fair to say with that, hence why I say one-cut wonder, if you're batch making, these are brilliant for your Christmas cards. Look at that, it looks absolutely stunning, so simple, one cut, slide your paper in, done. And I think it's fair to say that even if you were selling these, doing them in different colours, different coloured backgrounds, they would look really stunning. So 19.99 is going to get you all of these dies. You're going to be able to create that multiple times in different ways using that type of technique. So I just wanted to share that with you, but we will come back to this when we bring in the Airless Mister. I'll show you just what you can do with that as well. So let's look at some more inspiration. That's just showing you very quickly what you can do. But obviously you can really go to town. And this is what is being done by one of our DT members here, using the We Three Kings and doing some paper placing and placing back in all those cutaway pieces, creating a really nice background. Again, it's self-standing with a lot of these cards. You can do that because they're sort of toppers or edges. They work really well. Again, using some of our gilding polishes and also gilded wax here. We've got We Three Kings. Again, sort of a similar tent-fold idea that I've just shown you, but again, a little bit more elaborate, taking some slightly different approaches, or maybe just taking that idea of a silhouette and then actually standing it away from the edge of the card. So all the designer's done here is they've just created a little upstand that you can see there, and it just creates that really nice backdrop. So again, because the dies are so clever, and that one cut approach, you can just create some really stunning backgrounds and the cards just look amazing. I've always loved the paper cuts, and I especially love the festive paper cuts, because when you're batch making, as I said, they're a great way of creating a really fantastic finish, but very quickly. And I love this. Again, sort of nice background, and also going in there with some paper placing. Now, just to take it a stage further, I'm just showing you some samples here where the design team members have used some of the Airless Misters, or certainly products that would create a similar effect. But this could easily be achieved, and I think this was done by the design with an Airless Mister with the gold colour that we've got. So it just creates that background speckled effect. You can also go over the top of some pattern papers with the Airless Mister. You can see that little bit of detail just added in there. It looks absolutely stunning. And again, on black card, because they're highly pigmented with mica, you can see you get it actually show up on that black card. It creates an amazing night sky effect. You can see what I mean about creating a very simple background, going over the top of your paper cut, maybe paper placing some bits and pieces back in. Great finish, very quickly achieved. And even with the pop-up here, you don't actually have to use the pop-up die completely as intended. You could very easily snick out the snowman, and then you've got a snowman topper as well. So for 19.99, there's so many different things that you can create there. I think that's a great concept of how to take that pop-up die and take it a stage further. So let me pop those amazing sample cards, and thank you as always to the design teams. I know there's various designers in amongst the ones that I pick out to share with you. So just a very big thank you to all of you. Now, just popping these dies to one side, let's have a little look at the Airless Mister. I do love the paper cuts, but I also want to spend some time showing you this Airless Mister, because I appreciate we're really busy, so I want to take up loads of your time. There's some really great techniques that you can use with these Airless Misters. If you've not used them before, this is actually one of the Pearlescent Airless Misters in the collection, and that's the effect that you're actually going to get. It's a gold rush is the colour. You can kind of see inside the bottle the colour that we're going to get there. You can see the amount of mica already in there. Now, these are novel in the sense that there is no pumping needs to be done. There's nothing to add. You don't need to add water. You can give a little shake just to activate the mica, but you can actually use them upside down. You can use them the right way up. Because they're airless, the water, without getting all technical, it basically keeps the pressure there for you, so you don't have to pump it up. You can just squeeze the trigger and it will instantly deliver the product. So it's an Airless Mister in the sense of you're not having to pump air into them, and it gives you a really nice effect. If you push down gently, you get sort of big splodges. If you push down really hard and quick, you get a very nice fine mist. And I'll try and just demonstrate that. Now, it is quite a delicate finish. So I'm just going to bring in my craft sheet here and a piece of white card and just show you. I'm just going to give that a little shake, and I will be off camera because you won't see this. I'm just sort of literally just above the paper, just above where you are watching me on the camera. And I'm just going to give that a little spray. You can see there just a gentle spray. It's a nice big splotch. And then go in a little bit more weight, and you can see how very quickly you can get a stunning effect. But when I move it, once that dries, you actually see that you've got this great mica effect in those little water droplets. Now, if I bring in one that's actually dry already on white card, you can see there we go. Now you get once that dries, you actually get the gold effect come up to the top of the surface as opposed to when it's wet. And on black card, it just looks absolutely stunning. Now, I've gone in really fine here. So if I just fold over that black card, you see it's just a normal piece of black card. and I've created this fantastic background, which would look absolutely stunningly if I went back to that Three Kings. I'll tell you what, let's have a go, shall we? So if I just very, very quickly and kind of crudely mask off my Z fold, so that's the Three Kings that we had earlier on. I'm just going to kind of mask that off just to show you how you can create these sort of one cut wonder cards very, very quickly. I'm just going to create a background using the actual card without even having to add anything else. So let's just go in there with our Airless Mister. This is what I love these Airless Misters. And I'm just going to give it a few pumps like that. You can see, I'll hold it up to the camera, so a little bit more there. And I love the effect that you get with this mix of both large and sort of small droplets, depending on how much you're pushing and squeezing that nozzle down. Now that is obviously wet. It's only going to take a minute or two to dry, but I've put a fair bit on there, but you use very little. I mean, you can see there, it's still virtually at the top of the bottle from all the samples here that I've been using. But if I now just fold that over very, very carefully whilst that's wet, you can see where I'm going with it. Just that one card, one cut, a couple of folds, and I could now either stick that down flat, or I could turn around and just raise that up off the card, and I have got, I think, a one-cut wonder, as I like to call them, using those paper cuts and that Airless Mister. So let me just pop that to one side. Now, you can also use them with stencils. So I'm just going to show you that as well. If I just go, ooh, let's place the whole stencil over there, actually. It's just one of the Woodware stencils that I've chosen, just to show you. And remind you can use these just like you could any other product. But the nice thing with these, being a spray, and I'm deliberately not wanting to cover the whole area, I'm just going to lift that. It's just a way of creating a little bit of texture onto my backgrounds there. And again, it's a sprayed effect, metallic, with that pearlescent finish that we're going to go from the Gold Rush colour. And I've got that great finish there as well. Using it with a mask looks stunning as well, stencil rather. Now, also, all of this product that I've now got on my craft sheet here, I'm just going to add a little bit more. There we go. So all of this sort of, if you like, sort of waste that kind of oversprayed, what I could do is I could actually go in here, add a little bit of water. So this is just water spray from a fine mister. I could go in there now and pick that up with just a blank off-cut piece of card. And because it's water-based, I'm going to get a really nice mixed media background. Look at that. Now, when that's dry, I've got there a really stunning background, again, which I could go in and use alongside with my Three Kings project that I was showing you here. So that's our background that we've got dry. So I could maybe place this behind the lettering, and or I could paper place that back in to the Three Kings there as well. So it's just showing you that one dye and this one spray, just how many different ways you can treat that. So that's another technique you can do. Now, obviously, because I've used that with water, it does mean I can go in with a paintbrush now, pick up this excess as well, and I can quite easily go in. It doesn't have to be light coloured card, it can be dark card, because we've got the mica, and I can use it as a paint. Now, that's very watered down, so it's very, very delicate, but nevertheless, we've got an amazing shimmer on that product already, and when that dries, that's going to look stunning. So I can actually just go around the edge of my card, and again, it just means that anything that we've used here isn't wasted at all. So if I just pick that up and just run my paintbrush over the edge, using really the waste, the excess product from my craft sheet, you can see I create a really nice gold edge, and I could go all the way around with my mats and layers on a project, and that's just going to create a really nice highlighted, and the more you add, the thicker the line, obviously the thinner, so like a little coach line going around. It's just a different way of treating it, as well as using it as a spray. So as I was saying, there's so many different ways you can treat the product. It's just nice to see very quickly what you can do. Now, I'm going to pop this to one side just for now. And I'm going to bring back in the products that we were looking at. Just before I do, I'm just going to take up a little bit of the excess that's gone over there. And the nice thing with the Airless Mister, because it's not pumping out lots of air with it as well, it tends to work and hold in a fairly small area to work. So it is a nice product to work with as well. So let's bring in our stunning paper cut dies that we've got in the treasure chest bundle. So we've got those three, not forgetting the pop-up die as well. These are sort of our edger dies. I've just explained how you can use a Z fold card and make a really quick, easy topper and background. Then we've got our pop-up die that we know we can use any of these elements. But this also is a stunning element in its own right, creating a pop-up die. Then we've got, not forgetting our Airless Mister. So all of this, as I was saying, I've almost forgotten to remind you, just $19.99. I get carried away when I'm playing with some of these Cosmic Shimmer products. So it's just $19.99 for this entire bundle in today's treasure chest. So again, all the links are below to take you straight to the Creative Expressions website. It's whilst stocks last, so don't miss out, because I know paper cuts are always massively popular whenever I bring them on, and being a really great festive bundle to get you underway for this year's Christmas projects, I think it's amazing for less than £20. So give it a go. Don't forget to share what you do. I'd love to see what you make on the social media channels. You can share them with Creative Expressions. And if you've got any questions or comments, then likewise use that below. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe us. Then you'll get notified next time I will be on with one of our next exciting, great bundle offers on our treasure chests. But until then, thank you very much for watching me. I'm James Hembrow, and this was for Creative Expressions Treasure Chest. And I will see you next time.